We have been waiting for a while to find out, when will this Disney-Fox merger close? When will it be all wrapped up, set, fired, ready to go? And it turns out that now we know when it's going to be, and that's going to be, Robert, on March 20th. March 20th is when they wrap this. I'm going to have you turn your headphones down just a little bit, but March 20th is when this thing's wraps. It's all going to come to a conclusion. Now, one of the interesting and unfortunate things that have come out of this report about the whole thing shutting down, or the whole thing wrapping up, this whole merger thing coming to completion, is the fact that they're now estimating 4,000 people are losing their jobs.
Yeah.
Now, of course, when you have two companies merging and overlapping, there's going to be some redundancy, and there's going to be some people that lose their jobs. The 4,000 number is a little bit bigger than I was anticipating, to be honest. I didn't think it would be that high, but apparently it is. But, I mean, these are two giant companies. It's not like, Ed's Corner Store and Martha's Corner Store were merging. They had to let one, box room guy go. I mean, these are massive, massive companies. So that's unfortunate. But you're hearing about this thing finally wrapping up, Rob. What are your thoughts?
Well, on one hand, I think, first of all, 20th Century Fox, I've said this before, it's always been my dream to have made a movie with the 20th Century Fox logo on the front of it, because it's my favorite logo. I love the Fox fanfare. I hope they keep the brand name. But people losing their jobs is never a good thing. I mean, any kind of disruption like that is never a good thing. And I think that a company like Fox sucking up, a company like Disney sucking up Fox, it means that we've lost one of the great giants of the motion picture industry. But on the other hand, I think that the Fox library is safe. I think Disney will preserve the great legacy that of Fox films better than it's ever been preserved before. I think Disney will delve into things that aren't available on home video now and put them out. I think Disney will exploit the hell out of the great rich Fox cinematic legacy, which is a good thing. So it's there's good and there's bad. In the long run, it's probably not great for the industry, but it on the other hand, look, I'm an optimist. Who knows what opportunities are going to be presented by this merger. I mean, I as a Marvel fan, I'm excited to see what the MCU can do. Maybe we'll finally get a great Fantastic Four film. Maybe, I think most importantly, I would really like to get the original 3 Star Wars films released in their original formats.
Not going to happen.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of money to be made there.
It doesn't matter. George Lucas had it put into that contract when he sold it out. These things don't exist anymore, and you can't. Doesn't matter how much money's on hand. You got to get George Lucas to sign off on it, and George Lucas ain't signing off on it. He ain't ever going to sign off at that. He's got billions of dollars. I mean, what do you do with the George Lucas? Now, listen, I am with you completely. I want that. I want that badly.
I mean, I have a 4K version of it. I can give it to you.
Well, I would like that. I've got a 4K TV now, so. But I'm just telling you though, like Lucas, I don't want to get any false hope going here. Lucas ain't gonna sign off on it. It ain't up to Disney, and it ain't up to Fox. It's up to George, and George ain't ever gonna let it happen. Damn you, George! But I wish he would. I hope he would, and I don't know. Maybe hope springs eternal. Maybe at some point he'll go, all right, fine. And he lets everybody do it. I don't know, maybe.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that that Disney is going to keep the Fox like franchises such as Alien, Predator, Die Hard, R-rated? Are they going to move forward? And we've talked about Deadpool many times. I mean, do you think they'll do that?
Well, I mean, here's why I think it's a possibility, because one of the interesting things in varieties I thought this was interesting. Let me read this here, is that Disney, and I'll show you how this ties into what you just asked. Disney has already outlined the leadership plan for its film and TV units. Emma Watts, who is the vice chair over at 20th Century Fox, Emma Watts will continue in her role as vice chairman of 20th Century Fox, reporting to Disney Studios chairman Alan Horn. No big surprise there. Alan Horn is the high lord of all things movies when it comes to Disney, who only answers to Bob Iger. That's the only guy he answers to. Fox Searchlight's chief Nancy Utley.
Should I call Bob, by the way?
What's that? Oh, yeah,
should I call Bob?
Well, no, he's golfing right now. I know that for a fact. So check on him later. But and maybe look, everything I had heard from all the reports and everything was that basically Disney was going to strip down the Fox assets for parts and utilize them and leverage them towards their other things. And they are doing some of that. I just found it interesting that the wording of the story was that Emma Watts will continue her role as vice chairman of 20th Century Fox. Does that mean they're going to keep a 20th Century Fox banner? If so, then why couldn't you release R-rated this or that, whether it's Aliens or Predators or Die Hards or maybe all those franchises times have come and gone. Deadpool, exactly. Why couldn't you just move that or keep Deadpool under Fox? Remember, Bob Iger always said, we can do R-rated stuff. We'll just have it under a different banner. It won't be under Disney. It won't be under Marvel. Maybe the 20th Century Fox banner gives them that. Like I'm basing all this on one line in an article. All right. So I don't know for sure. I'm just speculating here, but it does open up some possibilities. The one thing I know that will not happen is that Galactus is not popping up in Endgame. That's still not happening, Rob.
Come on, dude. That final credit sequence. Have you come to
terms with that?
I hope. The picture. I'm crossing my fingers.
The Russos already said the picture's locked. The movie's done. This deal hasn't even closed. They can't put Galactus in. He ain't going to be in it. Sorry about that, but he ain't going to be in it. And they wouldn't rush something like that. They wouldn't rush something like that. Come on.
No, you never know.
Don't worry, but that's good news, Rob. Because here's the good
eternal,
news.
John.
All these fans are like, oh, put X-Men and put Galactus and put everybody in Endgame. Guys. They're not going to do it, and that's good. Because Kevin Feige is going to take his time with this stuff. And when he gives us Galactus, and when he gives us his X-Men stuff, and he gives us all that stuff, it ain't going to be some rushed, let's throw this into a movie. It's going to be thought out, planned, mapped out, tested, reviewed, the whole bit, and they're going to give us gold. And they ain't going to give us some rushed out crap. So the whole idea, Rob, you should be celebrating that Galactus ain't going to be just force-fed and shoehorned into an Endgame. When he does Galactus, it's going to be on a big scale.
No, I agree.
Done right.
I agree. I think you're absolutely right about that. But damn it would be awesome. I mean, come on, the inner child that lives in me every single day is jumping up and down at the thought that Galactus could show up in the end credits.
And hey, listen,
Endgame.
As much as I'm sitting here and saying it ain't going to happen, you never say never in this business.
Especially not with the MCU.
Especially not with the MCU. So look, I will choke on my popcorn if we're sitting there in the end credit scene and some huge thing in the background of space, you can't quite make it out, is just ominously coming close and then quickly flying in front of it is like some silver streak. Then I will choke.
I just got goosebumps when you just said that. Come on.
And you don't even get a good look. It's just this big, huge ominous. What is that with some giant, Cuisinart hat? What's that? And then you don't even see the figure, just this thin silver streak shoot in front of it.
Dude, we would all lose our minds.
Oh, bowels would be evacuated. Yes, bowels would be evacuated across America with all the geek boys if that would happen. And I'll choke on my popcorn, but never, it ain't going to happen, but never say never. Never say never.